Yo, welcome back to another episode, and we are in the Open Great League, and let's see what we're rocking with today. We got the Empoleon paired with the Altaria and Dragonite, so ABB double dragons in the back facing up against the Reggie here. Kind of a neutral matchup. We know they're going to be throwing super effective moves, so we're always going to shield here. The idea is to either get this Reggie still low enough or win this lead so that our dragons in the back do not have to worry about it. They do get that debuff, so unable to take it out with that Hydro Cannon. We do have to invest both shields at this point, but this is going to be an obvious farm down at this point. So farm it down, win the lead, and then let's see, we're going to switch out at any point here, depending on what we see. It ends up being the Dragonair. They have their Shadow Dragonair lurking in the back. Able to get off a Drill Peck, and then we're going to switch out with a Drill Peck available. We go into our Altaria, we can tank all of these moves. One Body Slam goes through, and they reveal that they have the Shadow Charizard in the back. Shadow Charizard is going to be potentially throwing the Dragon Claws, but at this point, they're probably going to, okay, they're going to take us out. I was wondering if they were going to farm us down at that point, but they are not going to risk that. We know we have a move on our Empoleon, but we're going to go into our Dragonite right here, looking for the farm down. We do have to tank this Dragon Claw. Dragon Claw does take it out, unfortunately, and now we're going to have to farm down with the Empoleon. This Empoleon does have enough energy to potentially throw 2 moves. We are able to get to 2 moves right there because they only threw a Dragon Claw. One Drill Peck goes through, and we are going to be able to get to another Drill Peck here to take out this Dragonair. So GG's to our opponent right there, able to win with the Empoleon. Empoleon did a ton of work that game, huh? Closed the game and led the game in winning the lead against the Reggie Steel. Next, we find the Empoleon versus the Stunfisk. They decided to switch out, indicating they don't like this matchup against their Stunfisk. However, we're going to throw a Hydro Cannon to chip away at this Empoleon. The Empoleon does reveal that they are running the Dark Pulse version. Let's see if we end up trying to catch a move at this point. No catch. So we are going to invest a shield right here. They have the Foul Play Dark Pulse Umbreon. Very interesting. So we do go for the Hydro Cannon right there just to get the shield back, and they are already at another Foul Play. So we do invest that shield right there, and now we're going to try to throw this Hydro Cannon on their next move. We do take it out, so they actually end up saving the shield and going into their Jellicent. This Jellicent here is running the Bubble Fast move, so it is advisable for us to go into our Dragon. This right here will be the Shadow Ball to one-hit KO our Shadow Dragonite. And now we have a sticky situation. We are going to go into our Altaria here. Altaria is going to have to face this Stunfisk. This Stunfisk here is going to be able to resist all the moves from this Altaria. We are going to try to get a debuff somehow. Going for the Moonblast here, resisted move. No debuff, and our only hope here is to chip this far enough to where we can potentially farm down. Okay, ends up farming down itself, and now we're going to see if we can survive a Shadow Ball. Can we survive a Shadow Ball from this range? Yes, and let's see if we're able to get to a Sky Attack, and we do end up getting to a Sky Attack, and will this be enough? Yes, it is. So GG's to our opponent, barely winning that game with the Altaria right there. That was a very close game. The Empoleon doing enough damage to take down that Stunfisk so it can clear the way for our own Altaria was the key. Okay, here we have the Serperior in the lead, so we're going to have to switch out into our Altaria as that's not a great matchup for the Empoleon. The Altaria does get met with a Azumarill, so this is going to be a tanky Pokemon to get through. However, we are able to tank the first Ice Beam, which is okay. Next, we're going to go for another Sky Attack right here. This Sky Attack will chip it away into the yellow. Our opponent does go for the farm down, and that's great for them. We are going to go into our Empoleon, which can basically tank all of the moves that this Azumarill potentially throws. They actually swap out into the Serperior, and we have our Shadow Dragonite ready for them. They go for the Frenzy Plant. Now we're going to invest the shields. We knew we can survive the first one no matter what. Now they're going to go for these Aerial Aces. Now we have the decision to make. Are we going to throw the move or are we going to try to farm down? We decided to throw one Dragon Claw right here. They end up shielding. So we're going to fire off our second Dragon Claw if they're going to invest the shield. They do invest the second shield right there. And now we have a decision to make. Do we shield here so that we can potentially win with our Dragonite? But no, we decided to let it go, and we're going to try to win the game with the Empoleon. Empoleon with the shield. Is it able to beat the Sableye Serperior? Let's find out. Here is obvious shield, and after this shield is we're looking for the farm down. We do get the farm down. Our opponent has a decision to make. They're going to come back in with their Azumarill. This Azumarill, we're going to try to go and undercharge this with the Hydro Cannon resistant move. We unfortunately do not get the farm down, so they do get the Hydro Pump off, and unfortunately for us, we do not have enough health left for the win. So if we had somehow, some way taken out that Azumarill with the move, we would have been able to have a full charge move for the backline. But next game we have the double. Double is going to be a good counter to our the Empoleon, and they're deciding to stay in, which is very interesting. So we're just going to fire off this Moonblast. Oh, they actually have switched out into the Lanturn, excuse me. We're going to fire off the Moonblast into the Lanturn as the Moonblast is more neutral. And now that they're in low red, we're going to be able to get to a Sky Attack. The Sky Attack does get a shield from our opponent. Here, we're going to have to probably let this go and then farm down with our Empoleon, and that's exactly what we do. We do get the farm down, which is great. At least we have energy for whatever they have. And they actually go into their Skarmory. So Skarmory right here is going to have a tough time beating this Empoleon. They try to catch a move. Unfortunately for them, we were ready for it. We do have the Shadow Dragonite ready to go for their double. Their double has already revealed that they have the Wild Charge, so we know that they potentially could have Wild Charge. So we're going to actually just let this go because Wild Charge will take us out, but we're going to be able to farm them down. Now we're just going to have to just get to this Hydro Cannon. This Hydro Cannon barely doesn't take out the Skarmory, but all we have to do is shield right here for the KO. They do go for the Brave Bird right there as their last hope. So GG's to our opponent right there. And let's see if we can win this last game and showcase a pretty decent team. Like I said, it's an ABB, double dragons in the back. Who doesn't love a dragon team, right? All right, we got the Steelix, Shadow Steelix versus the Empoleon. The fast move is Dragon Tail from the Steelix, so we don't have to worry about the fast move. They do reveal that they have the Psychic Fang, so they had the Dragon Tail Psychic Fang, probably Crunch version, maybe Earthquake, depending on how much energy they've already stored up. We know that this is not an Earthquake, so we decided to let it go. Ends up being another Psychic Fang. And now we're just going to switch out once we taken out that Steelix. They do show that they have the Poliwrath. Poliwrath here is not Shadow, so we're going to let the first one go. Ends up being the Ice Punch. Now we're going to go for our own Sky Attack. The Sky Attack probably is going to get a shield. Yep, makes sense. Trying to get to another move. Unfortunately, don't get to another move. And we do get farmed down, unfortunately. So that is a little bit bad because we had a good amount of energy stored up. We're going to go into our Empoleon here to get a shield. So now they have no shields. And now we're going to go into our Shadow Dragonite. Will Shadow 2-Shield Dragonite beat their backline here? This is an obvious shield here. They go for the Brave Bird Miracle, and that allows us to farm them down. They're going to go for the Ice Punch right here, but unfortunately for them, this Ice Punch is going to get shielded, and we're going to have a superpower ready to take out this Poliwrath. So GG's to our opponent right there. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.